Hiya folks, I don't know how you're doing today, but I hope it's grand. I'm back out at Rosemarkie beach with a bit more time and a much lower tide. It was lovely and sunny yesterday, so I am hoping that there were lots and lots of depositors. I did have a report that there was, so I've come out here to have a look around and see what I can see. To be honest, not had much luck so far. I'll flip you around and I'll show you where I am on the beach. But I am trying out some new things that I wanted you to know about, and I think they're going to be really useful. All metal on the beach, revelation. This beach has a lot of iron in it. It's got a river that runs down through it, and it brings down a lot of farm waste, and there's been development and things, and there's all sorts of bits of door jam and everything on this beach. It's horrible. When you're new to the Simplex, you might hear a lot of these big iron sounds and think that they are something to dig. All metal, it makes you jump because you get a sweet signal, but as soon as you look at the screen, it's an 04, and you just know that no chance. So I'm gonna turn the headphones off and let you have a listen to this. I'm gonna spin you around as well and show you where I've been, and yeah, we'll get this show on the road. So I started down there, and I come along zigzag on all this dry sand up here. You can see my lines there from where I'm dragging the spade to show where I've been, but not really much in the way of finds. A couple of brass signals which came up quite good, or bronze I should say signals, things like this that have come up. But as I said, there's a lot of construction waste and debris in this beach. Oh, there's the rain on. Good. It's going to drive all these people away that I want to check their beach, but they're sitting on. Haha. Terrible metal detector, I say. So I have put the detector on all metal. You'll see it's on all metal. It's 1 bar down, so too sensitive this beach, so 1 bar down on our sensitivity, 2 on volume because 1's too quiet, 2 is actually too loud, but that's something I've been seeing in comments, people mentioning to knock to macro. Could we have an update that sort of gives us something between 1 and 2? Anyway, there you can see it's on all metal and nothing is notched out. So let's have a listen as we go along. Right? Iron. I'll just follow the line of my spade because I know there's some really good sounding signals down here. Oh, there's one. Again, iron. Just iron. There's one there. Iron. You hear how shouty this is. This is ground balanced. This is all iron in this beach. But it's all, you don't have to pay attention to it. Again, you hear those signals, nothing much. But when you hear the screamers and you go and look and it's an iron signal, you don't need to dig it. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to turn back around where we've just come. I am going to take this and put it into Park 2. Okay, so maximum separation, not so deep, but we don't need depth on a beach. We need coverage and we need separation. Let's find one of those signals in all metal and then turn it to, right. There's one of them crazy ones. What does that sound like in beach? Beach is coming up, bit jumpy and chirpy. You might dig that because that's a 20 range. Sometimes you get silver hammers in that range. What's it in Part 2? Part 2 is pretty much saying that's iron, don't dig it. Part 1? If you caught that bit of it, you might think, oh, there's something there. But hopefully you'd hear that iron and you'd just say, no. Right, and field. And field says, don't touch it with a barge pole. Right then, let's go on to that next screener signal and see what it does. Let's find another one. Let's come way over here. I'm sure there was one over here somewhere. Where was she? That's not really that exciting. Not something you just you take notice of. There's one. Where'd she go? Okay, what does that sound like in beach? Beach is discriminating it out, or it's too deep for it to get. Okay, and park 2. Park 2 is just saying iron, don't touch it. Even no matter how you catch it, that's good. Park 1. Park 1. Mostly iron, but if you were new and you caught an edge, you might think you had something, especially if you didn't realize to listen. That's also full sensitivity on that one. And then field. Field. Hopefully you'd realize that was not two things next to each other because it's field and it doesn't have good discrimination. But a newcomer, again, might think there was two things next to each other, or that was some kind of a signal they wanted to dig. So I think that possibly on a really iron infested beach like this, an all metal mode could be really useful. So I'm going to just keep searching, see if I find something, and if I find something good, we'll dig it up together. Okay, darlings, I've made it back to the car. That was a really, really good experiment to make, and that was a really, really good thing to find out, and I really hope that it helps you. One of the other things that I didn't film, because my battery on my phone was too low, sorry about that, one of the things that I didn't film was the 99s that were jumping up. When I changed area on the beach, I started getting all of these really bright 99s in all metal. 99 is rusty, icky horribleness that you don't want to dig. So again, all metal, they were all over the beach, these 99s. Gavin, who was out with the knocks, dug a few of them up. Nails. He said there were nails everywhere on the beach. I didn't dig any. Well, I take that back. I dug one because it was in the hole with a solid signal, which I dug up, and in digging up that signal, there was a nail. And I knew it was, the signal itself was a bit jumpy, but I could pinpoint over, I could get over onto the edge and get a solid signal on it. So I thought, okay, something's going on here. So I dug up the solid signal, and with it came a nail. So I did actually dig one nail, but not because I didn't intend to. Anyway, this 99 was fabulous because it was going along and detecting, and then screaming, and then look down. Oh, 99. Right, that's a rusty something. I don't want that. That was so handy on that beach. So I stayed in all metal the entire time. I kept trying to put it back down onto beach. I kept checking things. I used assorted modes, always use assorted modes, because I wasn't sure if the all metal could possibly mask something. So if I got a signal that just the sound of it tempted me, I'd kick it over to Park 2. Park 1, just have a listen, see if I could pick anything out. But no, every single time it was telling me what I wanted. It was telling me it was 4. It was telling me it was 99. It was telling me to not dig it. The only thing I will say is that the middle tones are muddy. When it's a really, really busy beach like that one I was on, and it was busy, signals wise, busy, they tend to blend into each other, and the middle tones get lost. And it comes almost like a solid sound. And those of you that are very experienced audio detectorists, people that have learned to detect with the dials and their ears, they will probably hear things that I don't. But for newcomers and people who have learned with VDIs, it's a skill. It's a skill that we are still acquiring. And I got better as the day went on, and I was able to hear it a little bit, but I spent a lot of time looking at the VDI, looking at the screen, because they tended to blend together. And I didn't want to miss any of those middle tones, because those middle tones are where the Victorian coins sit. And Rosemarkie is a Victorian town, village even, and it was huge. It was very, very wealthy. It had a big church there, and there will be Victorian coins in that burn coming down from the farms and people being at the beach and promenading and whatever, there will be Victorian coins, and they sit in that middle range. The copper coins sit in that middle range. I don't want to miss one of those in amongst all that chatter. So because I wasn't hearing clear differentiations. To be fair, I didn't come across one, but I did come across things made out of brass and copper, and I needed to see the screen because it wasn't clear. The fours were clear. The occasional aluminium that I got was clear. I got some 70 signals that turned out to be this strange tubular thing, and they were actually encrusted. The first two I dug up, I took back on the beach because I thought they were just the remains of somebody's charcoal barbecue. And it was when I dug up a third one, because it had this, again, really good signal sitting at 7071, that I checked across all the modes and it was the same. And it came up and I could see that that was an encrusted something at that point. So I went back and got my 2 bits of charcoal and checked and sort of knocked off the incrustations. And they're these silvery things, which they're not made of silver. I think they're probably made of zinc because they're a bit crumbly. But I'll put a picture in now. So if you know what those are, let me know down in the comments. But they jumped out, but they were big. So coins, I don't know. The bigger things that I found, like the door jamb and things, they weren't clear enough in amongst all of that noise. So I did need to look at the screen more than I would normally. I have learned to hunt with my ears. I had to look at the screen more using all metal. Having said that, as the day went on, I was getting better, and probably with more time spent, you would hear it. It is more muddy in the middle tones, though. That is absolute, and it's not crystal clear. What I need to do is a test and bury a coin and see how it's going to pick out that middle tone. But even the things, as I said, the things that I was finding in those middle tones weren't clear like the 04s, like the 99s, like the aluminium signals. So that's a downfall. Your neck could get sore if you stare at the screen too much. You need to use a sorted mode to check things occasionally. That's not a problem. And other than that, it worked brilliantly. So make sure that you keep checking on your ground balance as you're moving from wet sand to dry sand. And if you're in all metal, sometimes if you're getting down towards the beach and the salinity and the mineralization is getting a bit higher in the sand, you'll start getting some 16s coming up. And that should tell you right there, oh, I need to reground balance, because your ground balance should finally go away. But yeah, a really positive that, and for a beach like Rosemarkie, for a beach where there is a lot of iron in it, absolutely all metal. And even a beach that doesn't have a lot of iron in it, you put it on there and you're going to hear the signals, and then it'll be quiet the rest of the time. So also want to say, I hope that you found the sound a lot better. I have purchased one of these wind mic things. See, there we go, with a dead cat on it. And I found when I was speaking to camera on Rosemarkie Beach that even though it was windy, you got a little wind noise, but it was nothing like it's been. So I really hope that that helps with the videos and the sound quality, and that you find it better. Top tip, hope it helps. Let me know how you get on, and keep digging.